But today, let's come back to today, and actually let's go to the future. Let's see what is going to happen in the region in the next couple of years. And the best example I can give you is our example. I'm from Hungary. We implemented instant payments in the last 7 years in Hungary. I like to split it into two parts. We actually call it IPS and IPS 2.0. IPS, instant payment solution. I hope everybody is familiar with instant payments. Instant payments is account-to-account payments instantly, so within a few seconds, 24/7 hours a week. So what did we do in Hungary? Sorry. This date is very, very important for us in Hungary, because this is 2020, 2nd of March. This is the Hungarian order of writing a date. This is when we went live with the instant payments. It was already a tough project. We started in 2017. So the original implementation took 3 years for the central infrastructure and for the banks to implement. Why did it take so long? There are several reasons for that. I don't have enough time to explain. Usually this is a 3 hours long workshop that I present, so I'm trying to narrow it down today. The major challenge was that we have 30 banks in Hungary, and all 30 were mandatory to connect to the instant payment central infrastructure. So this is a big challenge to do in a country, to do at the same time. The central bank decided that it should be mandatory for the bank. That was unique at that time in 2017 when they chose to mandate the banks to connect the system. And it turned out to be very successful, because now each account in Hungary is available for instant payments. They didn't just make it mandatory to connect to the system, but they also made it mandatory for the banks to execute payments under a certain amount, electronically initiated in the system, which resulted in that by the time I created these slides, we had 14 million transactions in the system per month. Last month it was already 16 million. This is actually underlying one of the discussions we have later about the growth of instant payments. So we have a proven system with 14 million, now 16 million transactions per month, executed under 2 seconds. The regulation, the EU regulation says it should be 10 seconds. The Hungarian regulation was more bold. It's 5 seconds in Hungary. In practice, it is 2 seconds. So whenever I get the question whether instant payments is going to be quick enough to compete with card payments, it is. It is proven that it is. To put it into context, 50% of the payments in Hungary happen under 1 second. So the execution of the instant payment happens under 1 second. 98% is under 2 seconds. As a comparison, to understand how little 2 seconds are, if you drop a biscuit, you have 5 seconds to pick it up. This is not a proven data, this is just from experience, but just for comparison. So the payments are executed within 2 seconds, so it's really instant. And it's very reliable. We don't have issues with the system. We did have some issues at the beginning, prior to going live, with losing messages, which were then fixed, and the system is all perfectly working. But what did it bring to us? As I mentioned, it was mandatory for the banks to connect, so certain volumes were automatically redirected to the new system. But it didn't bring new volumes into the system. Why? Because the system itself is bank to bank. So I initiate a payment using my mobile application or my net bank, entering the details. We have proxy IDs, we have secondary identifiers.